Hello, welcome back to the workshop. This is week 3 of our Magnum Mauser build. This week there is a lot of woodworking, sanding, shaping, finishing, and it's finally coming to life. Before we start, I just want to thank each and every one of you that have watched the past videos. You guys are awesome. However, I am noticing a few people in the comments saying, "Get rid of the music, man, just delete the music. We don't even like the music. Just get rid of it." I have heard your complaints, and we will try it your way right now. Yeah, I'm already bored of that. This is a recoil pad that I found in a drawer. It's been used previously on a different rifle. As you can see, it doesn't fit, so we're gonna have to fix that. The first step is scribing a line around the stock. This ensures we have a perfect guideline, which will come in handy later. Next step, it is secured to the skeleton jig. The skeleton jig is designed to mimic the angles of the stock. As you can see, our toe line and our through line match perfectly. Here we can see our scribe line from earlier. And now the whole rig is hung from the disc sander and is now ground right to our scribe line. It is now finished off with this wheel. This removes all the harsh tool marks from the disc sander. Because this was a used pad, holes for the screws were all torn up. I fixed this by just cutting the holes bigger and more circular. I did this with a tool that I made from a 44 Magnum shell. I sharpened it on one side and threw it in a drill. And because we used the jig and the scribe line, we now have a recoil pad that fits exactly. The stock is now burnished to give it a quick shine before its oil coat. And someone's made my workbench a real mess, so gonna have to get the cleaning crew or someone else to come in and fix that. But in the meantime, I'm gonna make myself some lunch. It actually grinds my gears how people can just make a mess and then not clean it up. Like, honestly, just pick it up after you've made the mess, you know? But whatever. Anyways, it's time to put an oil finish on our stock. This is linseed mixed with something else that I can't tell you. But it's responsible for giving us that deep, rich red color. Now, the color is almost exactly what we want, but it's not fully saturated in. So we'll be adding 4 to 5 more coats. Next step is getting approval from Cowboy. Cowboy likes it, I like it. This is one of my go-to finishes. It's a satin, and it looks very nice on walnut, especially with that secret oil that I can't tell you about. This is our first coat. This will obviously not be enough, but once it dries, it settles in, and then we need to scuff it with steel wool to roughen up the surface so that we can spray more on it so that it sticks and adheres to the original finish. I took this after about 4 coats. I didn't want to bog you down and bore you with just the same repetitive spraying and scuffing and spraying and scuffing again. But this is where we're at, and we're nearing completion on the finish and this video. Now, I do have something else to show you. This is a custom Martini Henry that I've been building for the past few months, but I never really started a video. I made this takedown screw. It threads directly into the receiver and it has that pilot on the end which bites into the barrel. This is not the only locking surface, but we'll get into that in a minute. Here I've added two spring-loaded detent balls that click into place onto that plate, which has been silver soldered onto the barrel collar. Here you can see the two corresponding divots for those detent balls that I showed you earlier. And here's a better view of the takedown plate and the home for the takedown screw. And once this is threaded in, you should be able to hear those detents clicking into place. And once you hear those two clicks, you know that your receiver is top dead center with your barrel. And now to the stock. That pistol grip was added on, epoxied, bondoed around. This will make sense once I explain it in a minute. The cheek piece is also made entirely out of a wire mesh and bondo. This is done so that I can throw it on the stock duplicator and duplicate this exact pattern onto a stock blank with a much nicer piece of wood. This is my action lever. I've bent it to match that pistol grip and I've added that ring. That ring is silver soldered in there. And my thoughts with that was I thought it would look cool and your pinky can go in there and you're ready to work the action. This is my Webley that I re-blued. When the time comes for the Martini to be done, these two will be sold as a package. And now I'm going to introduce a new game to this channel. At the end of every video, I'm going to hold up a random part, and it's your job to tell me in the comments what that part is and what it goes to. If you get it right, I will shout you out in the next video. So we're going to start off with something easy, and here is your first part. Thank you all so much for watching. We recently broke 500 subscribers, all thanks to each and every one of you. Thank you so much. And as always, we'll see you next Tuesday.